On 5 Minutes with O today, I'm going to introduce an amazing international businesswoman. She's the Optus Woman in Technology Outstanding Achiever. Her first tech company listed on the stock exchange, and it's now worth $75 million. Liesl is now the CEO and heads up My Cyber Twin. They design artificial intelligent robots for corporations like Hewlett Packard, NAB, and would you believe NASA? Yes, the real NASA. Liesl Capper, welcome to 5 Minutes with O.
Thank you.
Given that women are such a small percentage of the IT industry, how is it that you get to be the CEO of an artificial intelligence company?
There's two reasons, Leanne. The one reason I love technology is that I love going where people haven't gone before, where women haven't gone before, but also where a lot of businesses are fearful to tread. And the second thing is that above all, I'm a business person. I'm pragmatic. I believe in watching trends and going where I think there's enormous opportunity.
I know a lot of our clients have asked you to talk about trends for the future. Some of them have been in IT, but not all of them, right? Tell us about some of the trends for the future that you talk about in your keynotes.
I don't like just watching single trends. I like watching where what I call change waves smash up against other change waves. And here is where you have significant exponential opportunity. So to give you one example, over a decade ago, I noticed this massive proliferation in the amount of information that was suddenly becoming accessible to humans.
Yeah, looking back, we can see that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was looking at, the number of patents that were being published, books being published, telephone calls, photos being published, plus the computing power, the speed of computers was growing. So I just thought, well, my gosh, it's going to be all this information. It's going to be a big mess. We need search engines. Nobody had heard of Google at this time. I decided to do search engine technology. I got told by many people, that's too fuzzy. We've already got Alta Vista. Go back to, being a franchisor. Don't do all of that. But I believed it was coming, and it did. And that company has done really well today. The other trend I started watching about 5 or 6 years ago was the massive human population increase. Smash that over, double wave with information increase, and what do you get? Social networks, social media. It was also obvious to me, so I wrote a patent on that in 2006. At the moment, I'm watching a couple of other trends that I think are fascinating. We are becoming much less loyal to brands. Our decisions are not made the way they used to be made. We're following transient groups of friends and peers around. I'm also watching the way that people are spending massively increasing hours gaming in virtualized environments, how that's going to impact society. So I think we're going to get a lot less brand loyalty, a lot more influence by micro transient groups that emerge and dissolve as we go along. A final big trend I'm watching is, I believe that resource constraints are significant, and you smash a down wave of resource constraints, again, an up wave of population, and you're going to have significant challenges, but also opportunities. We see more loneliness. We see people needing entertainment more as we become more poor. We're going to see more conflict, all sorts of things happening in our future.
Liesl, you smash a lot of our beliefs. You just touched on loyalty. You come at it from a completely different space. But one of my loves is customer service. You do it like nobody else. You come from such a different place.
To me, technology and trend watching are worth nothing unless they're put to practical use, unless they help you smash your competition, get an advantage, grab market share. So one of the very practical applications we have for the artificial intelligence robots we build is they sit and they do customer support, either on a website, in chat, or using voice. And you know what? They often perform better than humans.
See, I've got goosebumps even now. I've heard you say this before.
Yeah.
And I've heard you in the conferences this murmur. What do you mean? What do you mean she's replacing humans?
No, what we're finding is that people are not reducing their call center staff. They're just not adding new people. When, something like 24% of all contact center staff churn in a given year,
right.
They just don't have to replace those. And you know what? They have more people stay because a human doesn't have to sit all day answering, how do I reset the password? What products do you have? What's the best product for me? Instead, they can be doing the really high-touch, valuable, emotional stuff that humans are so good at.
One of the studies I found almost unbelievable is that we prefer robots. Now, really,
Yeah, that blew me away as
me
well.
too.
Yeah, I have a human sciences degree, and I expected people to be quite detached from robots. But I found over many years and millions of conversations that they're very willing to engage and pour out their hearts. In fact, they often will tell a robot more than a real human. They don't feel judged, they don't feel time pressure, they can tell it what they like, and they have longer, more engaging conversations with robots. So I think in future we're not just going to see them as customer support agents and brand representatives as we're doing for large customers, and it's growing. Gartner predicts 15% of all Fortune 1000 companies will have a virtual person representing them within the next few years. But we're going to see them for companionships. We're already seeing smartphone personal assistants that you can talk to and do stuff for you. It's a huge area, and I love it.
Future trends with you all day, Liesl Capper.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you for spending 5 minutes with us.
It's a pleasure.